What's going on, guys? This is Miasin. Welcome to the Ancient Warrior deck profile featuring the brand new support, so Cruel Dongzong and Defying the Warlord's Demands. So before this video starts, make sure you like and subscribe, check me out on Twitch and Instagram, and now let's jump right into it. So, of course, I am playing one ambitious something. I'm not even going to try to pronounce this. My Chinese sucks, but at least I have some form of understanding of these actual cards, but not their names. So this card almost special summons itself for free. You do have to send one other card from your hand or field to the graveyard, and you summon it when a card your opponent controls is destroyed either by battle or by card effect, including their own card effect. And it has another effect where when it destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can special summon it back in defense. So pretty much a old school Goyo Guardian-esque effect. And another neat effect, continuous on the field. So you're playing it because, you know, it's just a one of, it applies a lot of pressure, 3k attack, almost a free summon, Goyo Guardian, what's not to like, right? It would be better if it summoned a monster in attack or defense. It forces you to summon in defense, so you cannot revive back link monsters, but not the end of the world. And then 3 Lu Fang. This card is the reason why I'm not playing actual monster hand traps in this deck. They conflict with Lu Fang since you can only use the effect of Ancient Warrior monsters during the turn you use the pop effect. But apart from that, this card is absolute perfection, and there is literally nothing just bad about it. Alright, then I'm playing 2 Gadarla, which is a monster that I get to play in order to break boards. That's not, you know, a card that uses its effect. So I really wanted to play cards like Pankratops, Zooking Alpha, etc. But if I have to use their effects and then Lu Fang, I have to make a concession of only choosing one. Whereas the Kaijus, I don't really have to worry about that. So I can Kaiju and use the effect of Lu Fang, and that's just completely perfect. So that's the reason why I'm playing Gadarla. And also it's the Gadarla, not Gameciel or anything else, because I can use it on top of the Windbearer statue, which shockingly enough is more relevant against Flunderies than it is against something like Lyrillus Char Brigade, because now people are summoning Apex Avian instead of the Windbearer statue. So yeah, do keep that in mind. And then I'm playing the Valiant Zhang Dei with triple Long Guan Yuan. So one thing that you kind of have to take into consideration is that they're also wind monsters, which is relevant for 2 things. First of all, obviously you get to special summon them for the Windbearer statue, but also you get to link them off in order to make double Dragon Lords, because this isn't just 2 Beast Warrior monsters, it's also 2 Beast Warrior monsters, including at least one of them being a Wind Ancient Warriors. So you can't use, for example, Sun Mu and a Dark or something like that, or a Fire. You really need a Wind and something else. Just don't forget that. And Zhang Dei can special summon itself if you control 2 or more Ancient Warrior monsters on your field, which is a little bit too much sometimes, so that's the reason why 1 is enough, because it can be bricky. And then Loyal Gun Yuan. Okay, this card is a Cyber Dragon, and if your opponent controls more monsters than you do, so this time, like, let's say 2 monsters to 1 monsters or whatever, you can use the effect of this card in order to pop 1 monster your opponent controls. So very, very freaking cool. And the effect itself to summon from the hand is not once per turn. So if your opponent has Appaloosa for 4, this is single-handedly a 1 card out, because you go effect to summon from the hand and then use the effect to pop the Appaloosa. Your opponent is going to go Appaloosa Negate, and this has 2500 attack, so Appaloosa goes from 32 to 24, you jump over it, and then in main phase 2 you get to normal summon, do your plays, and play from there. And then for the rest, I'm playing the level 6 monster. This card's not like the best, but it's not too bad. It's almost like a hand trap where it summons itself during the damage step, and if your opponent's card is like destroyed by battle by card effect, you can destroy another card your opponent controls, but it's nothing like too huge. It might get replaced over time, same thing with the other ambitious monster. And then the new monster, Cruel Dongzong. If you haven't watched my combo video, make sure you do, because I explain the utility of this card as well as the new continuous spell very well. All of their effects, actually. You won't be missing out on anything. And then triple Sun Mu. This is the best starter, of course. Unfortunately, that we lost Tenki, 2 copies of Tenki, because Tenki was way better than just drawing Sun Mu, because you would also have the immediate send for the Sun Mu, so it was a little more free, but now you actually have to discard cards that you might not want to discard. Anyways, I'm also playing 1 Virtuous Liu Xuan, so this is searchable anyways, but if your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can send 1 card from your hand or field to the grave, special summon 1 ancient monsters directly from your deck. But if you're going first, this card literally does nothing, so that's the reason why it's only a 1 of. You want your deck to be proactive. If someone forces you to go first, you don't want to be ending on literally like normal 7 pass, so that's kind of an issue. And then the Zooch Kong, I'm very back and forth on whether I should only play 1 or 2. It's really up to you guys. I think both ratios are acceptable, but if you want to brick less often, I think 1 Zooch Kong also works. It's just that if you draw it, you won't be able to like special summon it from like with its effect, so it's pretty much just stuck being a discard fodder or a normal summon, which is very weak. So that's pretty much it for the monster lineup. And then for the utility cards, again, no monster hand traps. They wouldn't work, conflict with Lu Fang, so we're playing a lot of spell and traps to break boards. The first one would be 3 copies of Lightning Storm. I think this is better than Duster because you also have the option to destroy attack position monsters, so I think this is really important. And then 2 copies of triple Tactic Talents. You could also be playing Call by the Grave, really up to you. Triple Pot of Extravagance. The majority of your extra deck you don't really need outside of this Link monster because your deck plays very well just with main deck cards. Now, this is very important, competitively speaking, because if you get hit by Artifact Scythe or anything like that, you will not cry in this deck. So it's really not the end of the world. Usually decks that play Pot of Extravagance are control-heavy trap decks. This is literally one of the only decks that I can think of that is very aggressive, can kill your opponent, and still play Pot of Extravagance. So definitely a huge turn-on for people who like going second decks that play Pot of Greed that aren't desires that can screw you over. And yeah, I'm playing 3 Dark Ruler no more. Now, the issue with this card is that you can't OTK if you use this because you cannot deal damage for the rest of the turn, but it does break boards and you can easily set up interruptions, as I have shown you guys in the combo video. You can make 4 interruptions, summon gigantic monsters, destroy boards left and right just with 2 cards, which are Sunmu and the Continuous Spell, but there are a lot of other variations, so don't go thinking that this is the only way to do it. Tenki is already a 1-card OTK with a few discards going second. The other utility cards would be 3 Forbidden Chalice. You could also be playing Forbidden Drop, but I honestly believe, and I'm not even saying that just to please the budget players, that Forbidden Chalice is so ridiculously good that depending on which deck you're playing, Forbidden Chalice might be better than Forbidden Droplet. And the reason why I'm saying that is because your Ancient Warriors card, they already send cards from the hand or field to the grave. So if you're also playing Droplet, you might be sending way too many cards to the point where you won't even be able to negate anything anymore. You're just gonna go neg like crazy, and Chalice is a bit more 1-for-1-y, which is better in your deck, honestly. So definitely consider playing Chalice over Droplet. But Dark Ruler is good because you don't have to lose anything. And then 3 Visits, of course, I'm playing 3 of that. It's the best continuous spell in the deck. Of course with Tenki, then you continuous spell and triple Imperm, the only hand trap that I can play. Now, for the extra deck, the majority of it isn't really important because the main monster that we're going into is double Dragon Lords, but we're still playing 2 Zeus with Bahamut into Toad because Sunmu is a water, and then we're playing Tornado Dragon, Baguska, Exciton Knight, Dagusto Emerald, Abyss Dweller. Again, this can give the boost to a few monsters. Access Code Talker, Appaloosa, Unicorn, and Triple Dragon Lords, the only monster that I always want to have in my extra deck, at least 1 copy of. So if we get an extra Ancient Warrior monster, Link monster, which definitely could be the case, honestly. It could be like 2 Beast Warrior monsters, including like a Water or Dark Ancient Warrior, because this one, for some reason, is racist towards the Fire, Water, and Dark monsters. So, I don't know why, but hopefully we're going to get its counterparts. So that's it for the main deck and extra deck. For the idea section, the majority I've kind of already explained. So Pankratops and Ash don't work really well. The Graceful Zugong is not great because Tenki is just at 1, and even then, it's a brick the majority of the time. And a few Xyz monsters that I'm not really considering. Daruma Doll is cute, but you'd rather always make double Dragon Lords. Monster Reborn doesn't get your engine started, so I'm not a big fan. Cosmic Cyclone could work. If you want to play that over Lightning Storm, I definitely am not against that. Forbidden Drop, I already explained why I'm not a big fan. And Red Reboot is fantastic, but I would not main deck the card, I would side deck it. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for this Ancient Warrior deck profile. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.